All right, boys and girls, once more, we are live at ACRL GT3 Season 7. This is round number 3 at Imola. Big shout out to Uncle Tony, who missed us on the last stream. He's here with us now.
Back with a vengeance. Ready to go.
That's it. Absolutely.
Should be a good one. Monza, a track that everyone knows like the back of their hand at this point. We run it every season. And it is always some pretty insane racing. Lots of rivalries kind of come to fruition here. It's usually towards the end of the season. I think actually it was supposed to be at the end of this season, but we had to move it up due to issues with VIR. And it was like a wall that was like acting like a fly trap, and it was just grabbing cars and not letting them go. So,
Magnets.
Yeah, so we're back though, and seeing Monza a little earlier than we used to, but it should be a good one.
Absolutely. So we are in practice. We have 26 minutes of practice left. After that, it is, what, 25 minutes of qualifying?
Yeah, 25 minutes.
25 minutes of qualifying, and then a timed race of 60 minutes. Standing start, right?
Yes.
Just as usual, GT3.
Yep. Yeah, no tricky stuff going on here. Just a standard GT3 race.
Very good. Now, before we check out some liveries and stuff like that, let's talk about Split 1. I have the list here, and I'll put it on the stream as well. It's a bit rudimentary looking. It's just a screen cap of the pre-quali server, the times. So talk us through this as well, Tony. So we have Tomas in first, the Cynic, Renz, they're all there. But we are missing a couple of names, aren't we?
Yeah, it's because of the way we do it here in ACRL, we have to go based on signups, and then that's how we determine how many people are in every split. So what that means is that, you know, one week we might have 35 in one server, and then the next week we might have 23 like we're going to have today. And it just goes based on signups, and it's to ensure that everyone gets a good race no matter what server or what split they're in. So, yeah, right now I think the cutoff was 23. I believe that's the number we're going to see today. So, I mean, some notables that aren't on there is... we're not going to see, I believe it was Sylvain, Megadeth, whose teammate was obviously Tomas.
Where did Sylvain end? Because I do need to mention, we see Renz, for example, in the list twice. So his position was third with the Porsche. He also did a run with the Ferrari, but that is obviously not the car he's running. So we got to disregard that, which means that the person on this list is the 24th. It's not in my screenshot. Maybe you know who it is from the top of your head, Tony. Will also be joining.
Yeah, hang on. I'm not
I think
sure.
it was a Thomas Holzinger.
That sounds right.
Man. 25th was Adder, so I do presume he's missing out on... No, actually, he's in the server. That's interesting.
I have to be honest, this is this looks different from when I looked at it earlier.
Okay.
According to mine, that I'm looking at now, Albert is the time to beat. Well, he had the fastest pre-quali time. Was that one, that was Monza, correct? The one that I gave you?
Yeah, so the list you gave me, Albert was in 4th. And it's on my screen as well.
Yeah.
We see Tomas, Mr. Tatella with a 148.6. We see Albert with a 149.08. So, 0.4 of a second slower.
You know what? I think I know what happened here.
Let's go with what we see in the server anyway.
I'm pretty sure what happened was because S-Tracker's on, it's still recording right now.
Yeah, but my screenshot was from before the server went live.
Exactly, so that's the more accurate.
Alright, so what we're looking at in my stream, we see Thomas in first with 148.6. And then we have the Cynic, Renz, Albert, all of the not surprising names. We see Rune in there. We see Tomas, for example, again in 10th position. We actually need to cut him off as well. So that's why Adder is in here, because he was 25th.
Yes. So they just snuck in on that.
Yeah, so then we are missing out on, well, let's see here. We're missing Sylvain, obviously. Megadeth is in Split 2, surprisingly. And then I mentioned earlier to Tony that my take on this is that he is focused on the Eurogamer League at the moment. May not have had so much practice or time to practice on Monza with the GT3 cars. Could be a whole number of reasons, of course.
Yeah.
So we're missing.
That car, it's worth noting. A lot of practice.
Yeah,
a lot of practice.
Definitely. So we're missing Sylvain. We're also missing Luca, who is usually hovering around Split 1. Who else are we missing here? We see Samuel.
We had just
Cortex. Did he qualify in Split 2 last race? I do think so. It was Split 2.
Cortex actually just snuck into. Yeah, he was. I remember this now. So Cortex is part of Nassau Racing. He had the same pink livery as Petrol, and we were surprised to see it, and it was because we hadn't seen it yet because he was in Split 2 for the first race.
Yeah.
Got into Split 1 at Red Bull Ring, and now it looks like he's back at Split 2, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, I would say so with being in 42nd position. That would be Split 2 still.
So yeah, that's kind of, there's a race within the race throughout the week to put down the best time you can, get into that top split, and earn as many points as you can.
I don't think we'll have many watchers that aren't familiar with ACRL, but very quickly for those who are not familiar, the concept is that for GTE, GT3, and open wheel, any ACRL race, during the week before the race, you can join what is called a pre-qualifying server. You go on there. There is a fixed 25-liter fuel. There is no tire wear. And this is all set so that you can go and do lap after lap after lap to get your time as good as possible. And that then determines if you are in Split 1, 2, or if it's GT3 with a lot of people, Split 3. And this will help obviously make sure that you have a race with people of the same kind of skill level, and it's fun for everybody. So the screenshot that you saw on the screen a second ago was the pre-qualifying list. There were a couple of duplicates in there, so we missed Adder and Thomas. But yeah, this is it. In the server right now are 19 people, so we still have a couple of people to join us. Eli Volt, who's this?
Eli's been around. He definitely is not a new, he might be new for the season. Let's take a look at where he was. So he didn't start at Imola. He wasn't there for that race. And last week he came in 42nd overall, so that was probably Split 2. So yeah, that's quick.
I just put the fastest lap for now, 148.2, which is was that, what did we have on our pre-quali? Let's have another look. We had a 148.6. So yeah, obviously we, as I mentioned a second ago, pre-qualifying has fixed medium tires. It has a fixed temperature, fixed fuel amount. So it's not surprising that the times are being beaten right now.
And I think it's also worth noting that Eli and Albert are both in the Huracans, and that this is a track where those cars should really do well. Very fast in a straight line. It's not a super technical track. They should eat up a lot of cars in the straights and go from there, so we'll see.
We see Eli running wide, and it's worth mentioning as well, there will be track limits in effect. I don't actually have a picture prepared. I can have a look if I can arrange that real quick.
I can get that for you.
Yeah, I have the picture, just it's not in the stream.
It's pretty much what you would expect here. There's not too many strange kind of borderline areas where you don't know if you're going to be able to cut or not. It's a lot of chicanes here. We're going to be watching those. We're going to be watching, the exits, especially through Lesmo, things like that. Where, if you go off the track and you extend it a little bit, you're going to be able to gain some time. And obviously the chicanes, if you just cut those, we're going to know. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It should be a fun race.
So in the stream right now, you are looking at the track of Monza, including the tracks, the turn numbers, and the in red the track limits. Now these track limits are not the scale. It's just to give you an indication of whether the track limit is on the inside, on the curb, or on the outside to prevent from running wide. Worth to keep in consideration. We see the start, we see the finish, etc. Everything's there.
Yeah.
I'll leave this on the stream for just a minute.
And it's also, you know, another thing to keep in mind, if there's a cut during qualifying, they have to abort that lap. If they put down their fastest lap with a cut, they get a big old penalty after the race. So these guys are definitely going to want to avoid that.
Big shout out again to Otter for providing this amazing looking TV broadcast view. One of the new things that you will see is as soon as someone, and this is during the race, if someone crosses the finish line, you'll see their last lap time on the left tower view, where usually it shows you the distance from the driver in front of them. It will, for about 10 seconds, show you their last lap. So keep an eye on that as well to see and check people's pace. You'll also see in the right bottom of your screen whenever someone puts down a new fastest lap of the race.
This is going to be a rough race for the 911s, I think.
Why do you reckon?
Well, everyone else is running softs. And every 911, once again, on mediums, just due to the fact that they can't run softs. That car just absolutely overheats those tires so fast. And everyone else looks to be okay on softs. It's not a blistering hot day. And this
Do you know the track temperatures at this point?
I can tell you. Our track temp is 17 asphalt, 20 air.
Okay, that's pretty cold.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good day to run soft tires if you're not in metal. But again, also we know that we're going to see, I'm sure Rune and Ren's Nassau Racing have some kind of strategy in play. We've seen them both races this season stretch their stint on those mediums. They haven't changed tires, they've just gotten fuel in their mandatory pit stop. So I would assume they're going to try that today. Maybe they'll even go for a full tank of gas in the beginning that we saw Tomas do last week, and you just kind of do a stop and go pit and get out of there as fast as you can, in the hopes that these other cars are going to have to change tires. But I'm kind of thinking today we're going to see a lot of people running the same set throughout the entire race.
This is why I missed you so much in the last broadcast. It's this kind of technical information.
Meanwhile, we see Tomas come in. His first hot lap, he puts down a 47.9. So once again, it looks like Tomas is the guy to beat. Third race in a row.
147.9, and it's worth mentioning for Tomas as well that he came in first in the last Eurogamer race. So it's very nice and very good to see him participating here while also practicing for the Eurogamer. I do think the next race is again on Wednesday already, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not totally sure on that.
Yeah, and that's a real testament to Tomas that he can race in these, you know, multiple series that run
this is their thing.
In the same week, and he's still
absolutely
at the very top in both races. So, and again, that Eurogamer, that car they're running, I'm not. What off the top? I can't even think of what it is off the top of my head.
What, the car?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Ferrari, I think. It's that really old turbocharged Formula One open wheel car.
Yeah,
I don't remember the type.
Maker. And
yeah,
just being able to practice with that and get that thing to a place where you can come in first in that series with the competition that's in that series is impressive.
Saying that though, we've seen some crazy things going on in that race. I mean, obviously it's easy for us commentators to talk about the crazy things that you see happening. It is a handful of a car, like you mentioned. You know, it's super sensitive, and the power on the back wheels is insane. So it's quite easy because these guys are driving on the absolute limit, and thus a mistake is so easily made.
Without a doubt. Just the practice you have to put in, I assume, to drive that thing at that level.
Yeah.
It's just it's no small task, especially to come in first and then come here and still be extremely competitive. I mean, the guy to beat, just 47.7. He's increasing with every lap.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's crazy. It really is. And it's a testament to how fast he actually is. Like, his pace is just insane.
So once more for whoever just tuned in, this is ACRL GT3 Season 7. This is round number 3 at Monza. And you're here with me and Uncle Tony. We just had a look at the pre-quali server, times, etc. And maybe it's a good time to very quickly just talk about the driver standings. We talked about it a little bit already. So in the screen right now, we see the driver standings. Again, a bit rudimentary looking. It's the Excel file, which is the quickest and easiest way to show you. Obviously, we've had 2 races. This is the 3rd race. And we see Supernova Racing, Tomas leading. With how many points? 203. And his team's got 364. So I do believe as well it is Supernova as a team leading. Is that right?
They should be. Let's take a look. I'll tell you in a second.
I've put it up on the screen right now. This is the...
Yeah, they're in first place. But only by 9 points.
Yeah. Only by 9 points
Nassau
because
Racing
it is Nassau Racing. Yeah.
Rune and Renz, I mean, they're right there. Obviously, Renz had a rough race at Imola with a 15th place finish, but other than that, they've been on the podium between the 2 of them at the first 2, so... Yeah, they're right there. It's just a matter of slowing down Tomas.
Yeah.
Now, is Pisani
let's see what they can do. What's that?
Is Pisani here then? I don't see him...
I don't think he's put down a time in the pre-quali at all. I don't think I've seen him. So I can only imagine he didn't make it this race.
Well, that's definitely going to hurt Supernova.
Supernova, yeah, absolutely. That's a very good point.
This is a good chance for Nassau to leapfrog now if they have a strong showing.
I don't imagine any issues with Nassau Racing this race. It's got to be quite a big deal for something to happen. And
those soft tires. I mean, they're running mediums. Anything could happen. It's I don't want to write them off just yet. I see Rune has softs on, so he might be.
He might be experimenting with the
temperature,
like you said.
Taking a peek and seeing if it's possible. But otherwise, Renz and Petrol, the other 2 in Nassau Racing, they're still on mediums, and as you can see, any car running mediums, they're pretty far down there. I mean, a 149.2 for both of them for all intents and purposes. I mean, that's almost a second and a half off pace. So
yep.
That's a big gap at this level. I mean,
it is.
These are the top drivers in ACRL. So for there to be a second and a half gap, that's bigger than anything we've seen this season, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think the gap in general is the biggest.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Rune's gonna make a stab at trying with these softs. I don't see it happening. I mean, this track isn't too hard on tires, and the temps are really cold, but it's I don't know. I don't think they can do a whole race on them, that's for sure. They would definitely have to swap.
Oh no. Yeah, absolutely. And meanwhile, we have 9 minutes of practice remaining before moving to qualifying of 25 minutes. So quick check on the team liveries. What's that?
On the soft tires, puts down a time for third.
148.2. Very nice.
And that right there is a testament to how much quicker these cars are on softs, and what kind of disadvantage running mediums really kind of is putting them at for this track.
Yeah, the question obviously is, with Ron putting down a 148.2, how manageable is it during a race?
And I'm sure that's what he's checking right now. I'm sure he's putting that car through its paces. He's not driving it easy right now. He's going to be pushing hard, just trying to get a feel for where he's going to be at, after 20-25 minutes when that pit window's starting to open up.
I'm very quickly scouting the cars to see if there's any new liveries that were either changed or somebody that's now in split 1 that we missed. But I really don't know if there are a lot of them. I don't know if we reviewed Albert's livery.
McSalty's.
Yeah, but it's a gorgeous livery.
It's
I
a
really do
classic.
like it.
I think Albert actually ran that same one in season 5, if I'm not mistaken. It might have even been last season. I can't remember. I think he ran a Lambo last season.
From the top of your head, Albert, was he with us in the previous race for
Yes.
GT3?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, Albert. We saw him and the Cynic, I believe it was, at Imola. They had a pretty good battle the entire race for 5th and 6th place. And then last week at Red Bull, Albert came in 10th, which was an uncharacteristic showing for him. Usually he's up there fighting top 5 kind of guy. But that track, Red Bull Ring, is not super great for the Huracan. And with the temps the way they were, they couldn't run. Most cars had a hard time with softs that entire race because it was hot. So it's it'll be interesting to see this. I mean, this is the track for him. It really is. And he's, I mean, only, you know, about half a second off of Tomas, but it really comes down to, can someone get in front of him and slow him down enough for the entire race?
So we've got Tomi Maninen with us, of course, and I'm trying to find him in our driver standings because I don't think I saw him racing with us in the last race.
No, he
but
wasn't at the last, but I believe it was Tommy at Imola, if I'm not mistaken, and it was. So he had a really good battle with Maroon at Imola. That stretched pretty much until the last lap. There was some really aggressive driving, trying to get that 4th place position. I think it was, actually no, it was 3rd. I'm sorry.
And Tomi obviously being with Finn team, right?
Yeah, and they were
he's running with Christoph, but we don't see Christoph. Do you know if Christoph did he participate at this race at all? Has he ran in the pre-quali or?
I haven't seen him. I didn't see him on the pre. Oh yeah, I did. There it is. He's 44 on pre-quali.
All right.
Okay. He's on server 2. Obviously, you know, Finn team definitely missing Rami this season, who was last season's driver champion, and Finn team was the team champion. And I know Rami, he was one of the few drivers in ACRL that could really give Tomas a serious run for his money. And it would have been fun to see him this season, but I kind of do remember reading somewhere that he had stuff going on and he wasn't going to be able to race. So we hope to see him back soon.
Very quickly, we were talking about Eurogamer a second ago and their racing league. They're actually driving a Lotus 98,
yep,
as pointed out by Iceman in the chat.
Thanks, Iceman. Yeah, not an easy car. I'm sure it's fun. I've never actually driven it, but yeah, tough one. And I think that's that's an important series, I think, for sim racing in general, especially in Assetto Corsa. Just having the sponsors that they do, really bringing in the exposure that they are. I think that's a really good thing for everyone involved.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
We see Petrol putting on softs. Let's go and give it a try. I'm sure Room put it out there that they can work. At least for qualifying. I expect to see them have it
for quali. I'm positive they will, definitely. It's just, it'll be interesting. I honestly can't see them wanting to take the risk on mediums because it's a definite.
Oh, Albert.
Wow, 147.6.
Fantastic.
It's only a tenth quicker than Tomas, but like you said, it's the cars. Very promising. Tomas and Tomi in 3rd, obviously running the Audi.
I assume we're gonna see Renz. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't swapped over already.
So I'm just going on board with Laszlo for a second as well. Just drive around the track. We're just crossing start finish now, so it's a good little moment to explore the track for a second as we're just about to head into turn 1.
Petrol. Petrol just had a little bit of a moment. A little bit of a moment coming out of Ascari there.
Variante Ascari. You gotta pronounce it like an Italian.
Yeah, I am Italian too. I just.
Uncle Tony.
Just not like that.
It's always, I find it with this track and the chicanes, it's always a question of how much curb do you take on the inside, because it unsettles the car like crazy. So as per request, I'm running the dash cam internal camera, the one that sits just on like around the passenger seats headrest. Let me know if you enjoy that one. I'm seeing a lot of these guys still really looking like they're really pushing the track limits.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see, especially this car. That's gonna be.
Exactly, yeah.
That's. I mean, you're really towing that line there through that corner.
Laszlo parking it on the side, just in front of the DRS sign, or not sure what he's doing.
No, this is interesting.
Oh, he's doing a quick practice start, I would think. There you go. Yeah, it's one of these things too often forgotten. You know, practice starts. They're crucial for making sure you get a good launch. Are you okay there, Tony?
I'm leaving the server and coming back because for whatever reason, Adder is not showing up for me.
That is because the default commentary TXT from the new files you have has Adder in there. I should have told you that. Probably.
That's good to know. All right. We can fix it.
Yeah, it's an easy fix. I think he did that just to test it and then forgot to put the semicolon in there. So we are now done with practice. So we are waiting to start the qualifying session. And we'll see who comes out first, of course.
That's usually a race.
We'll turn on nameplates for this, so it's easy to recognize who's leaving the pit. And just for you, Adder, and who's for everybody watching the ACRL stream. Okay, no, you're in on time. Oh, damn it. You're showing up as my commentator for me now.
Well, I won't be racing.
Yeah, but I don't want it to mess up, so I'm considering restarting as well. Damn it, Adder, for messing up our stuff. No, I daren't say that. He's done so much for us.
I actually
making this work.
I put your name in wrong on mine, but that's okay. I'm just gonna.
Oh no, restart. Do yourself a favor, because if you do end up seeing the names wrong, the times, you're gonna get irritated. Just restart.
We'll get this yet. I couldn't remember.
I'm
if it
restarting
was
as well.
MrBlackMaze or BlackMaze.
MrBlackMaze.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And for anybody wondering why the fuck would you put Mr. in your name, it's very simple. I actually have a Steam account that is BlackMaze, but for the life of me, I cannot remember the password. And so, in the early days of Steam, I just made a new account and made it MrBlackMaze. Whatever.
That's golden.
We are rejoining the server. So apologies for the black screen or whatever it is you're seeing at the moment. Here we are. We are still in overtime, so we haven't started yet. Perfect. So we got time. I actually like that some people get annoyed by the overtimes all the time in Assetto Corsa, and that everything has like a timer in between. I like it. It's good to settle into these things, if you will. So again, we are now at the pit exit. We'll see which cars come out first as we go into qualifying. And we see Tomas, Renz and the Cynic, Rune, Tommy, Monolith, everybody. Roble, Albert is staying in. Sake.
That's quite the pack flying out already.
That's certainly is. And it's also interesting to see that Renz is currently on medium tires.
Yeah, I think he's maybe being a little stubborn there.
Could be that he just loaded the wrong setup, which has medium tires saved perhaps, and forgot. So we see 22 drivers currently in the server and racing. Not sure if that means we missed one or if this is the complete split one. Do you know by any chance?
That's a really good question. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I don't.
I'm not sure who should. Just looking down the list, it seems like all the usual suspects are here, but
oh, we see.
Rune.
Is that Rune going off? Yeah.
And I can tell you from just practicing on my own this week that the 911 coming out of there is very, very loose. Like it wants to go. You really got to take it easy through that turn or you're going to have...
Oh no! He thought he was clear there, but... No biggie. This is the first out lap. Well, we see Tomas crossing the finish line. See how he does.
I think the guys to watch are going to be to try to beat Tomas. It's going to be Albert and maybe Eli, since we saw him running pretty quick. And Rune's going to have to go into the pits and repair.
Yeah, did Rune hit the barrier?
Yeah, he flew into it backwards, so he's definitely got damage. May as well go get it fixed while you can. You got 20 minutes left, there's plenty of time. No rush.
Important to mention that it is very crucial. You cannot reset the pits in qualifying. Tomas ruined his lap there. Went over the curb a little bit too wide, ran the track limit, lost the rear. I think the pole position for now will go to Renz. Tomas with 147.4, not bad. Oh. Yeah, and Renz on mediums, no, doesn't make it past third and now being pushed back.
That's a fast time. That's a really fast time for Tomas.
It surprises me though, and we'll have to see how it all goes down with these track limits. I could have been wrong calling out the track
It
limiter.
might have been close, or maybe he's just that confident that he's gonna beat it.
So the track limits are set so that you have to keep a single wheel within the white lines, yeah?
Correct. Or just, we actually, we moved it out maybe a couple inches off the white line. So it's not precisely that. We just wanted to give just a little bit of wiggle room.
That would explain it.
Yeah, I think he was probably very close to having to abort that lap, but he just barely kept it in. Because I think he would have pulled up. A 147.4 is fast.
Absolutely.
That's like really fast. Well, I guess it really didn't matter.
That is extreme. Albert with a 147.8, but Tomas 147.3.
Yeah, that's... I mean, he's like... we see Monolith right there.
Albert obviously driving the Porsche. The Ferrari, sorry. Lambo. Jesus.
I mean, we see guys running 149.3, which is... that's a good time. And they're 2 seconds off pace. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable.
We said it, you know, looking at the pre-quali as well, the gap was quite significant, even on the medium tires.
Yeah, this is looking like this could be the Tomas show for the 3rd week in a row.
The Tomas show.
Keep an eye, let's see. Who's now on his second flying lap. The 148.8 before.
Let's see what he can do. So Tomas with the, looking at the sector times as well, doesn't actually have the fast first and third sector, but he kind of seems to beat it in the second sector.
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, that does make sense to me, because the second is really where you're going to see most of the, you know, what technical part of the track there is. That's kind of it. And the Audi does shine there. I think he's going to have a hard time on the first and third because of the straights against the Ferraris. Or, I'm sorry, the Lambos. You did it to me. Where the,
sorry about that.
The Huracans are just, their straight line speed is, it's incredible. Much faster than the R8. Well, I shouldn't say much, but it's faster than the R8. And we just saw Samuel drive.
Ah, so it is Samuel in split one. That surprises me.
So that is our final driver.
That actually does surprise me. I mean, I mentioned that we were missing him, but I believe he was down like in the 30th position somewhere. Oh well, welcome Samuel.
So that's good for him. That's one of
so
the...
Rune putting down, still at 148.4.
That's one of the...
for his fastest.
The Marcotte Racing guys. Dennis, Oscar, and Samuel. All running that same livery. The only, their 4th compadre is Luca, who is in split 2. Just barely missed it.
Here's a livery we hadn't seen before. It's Adders. He's driving a beautiful Sega.
How could we forget?
Yeah, Sonic livery is gorgeous. Very nice looking. I like the blue wheels as well. That really adds to it. So I like to always give out who's winning, right? Like I definitely like Runes because of the orange, but I like really bright, flashy cars. Oh, and I'm gonna give it to the guy that just crashed.
The Sega skin, yeah, it's.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's obviously not as you know, it's Sonic. I mean, nobody can beat Sonic, right?
Gotta go fast. Yeah, that's a really, it's cool. He usually comes up with some really neat ones.
I don't think I actually did we? Yeah, we did see Knox because he's driving for United We Are. It is bright, and I do really enjoy that very much as well. As he runs wide there out of Ascari, we see everybody running wide out of Ascari.
That turn's gonna claim a lot of drivers today.
So who is managing the driver track limits? In the background we see Al Gurk spinning out, I think, as he came out of Ascari. Did about a 360 or maybe even a 720.
Yeah, we're gonna see quite a few crashes there. I mean, it's just the nature of it. The cars are unsettled through there. It's a fast corner. Change in direction. I mean, it really is the perfect storm for guys that just start losing them. Not to mention, it's really easy to run wide there if you don't take that turn just right.
Oh yeah.
Because you're on the throttle through that, and if you don't get that correct, you're gonna get hit with a track extension. And obviously,
but it's
so many.
It's one of those turns where, you know, it's crucial you go flat out exiting that turn, and then if you realize that you're gonna run wide, coming off that throttle puts you on that back straight, if you will, so much slower. Yeah. You know, it's gonna ruin your lap, not only through that turn, but the whole thing coming up as well.
Yeah, it's critical that you carry a lot of speed through there just because of that, how big that straight is. And
yeah.
It's so you just see everyone pushing as hard as they can through that. It's gonna be fun to watch. But
oh yeah, I'm very curious to see, but as well, you know, like you mentioned, talking about the gap time, we see Tomas with a 147.03 versus, you know, the mid pack running more than a second slower.
And I mean, I look at, you know, Runes in second place in the overall driver standings. He had a third place finish, and then the last GT3 race he had a second place finish.
And that's due to what you mentioned with the Porsche and the soft tires, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's on them right now. And, I mean, a 148 is fine. We also see, it's important to note, Renz actually bit the bullet, switched over to softs.
Yeah, where is he?
Trying so hard. He's in 15th right now. Trying so hard to make those mediums work, but, yeah, it's just not happening. So, I have to assume they're going to go mediums. I just don't see those things being able to run softs. And if they do, they're going to have to do a tire change, which I think is actually going to work against them, since we saw Tomas run with one set of tires and a full tank of fuel at the start. He just did a stop and go. So
absolutely. Big shout out as well, very quickly, to everybody tuned in. We're at 28 watchers right now on my stream, and obviously we've got people tuned in to the ACRL stream as well. So big shout out to everybody currently tuned in. Thank you. Let's make this something awesome. My pledge for this broadcast is to make sure I get the names right, so I don't shout people battling that aren't actually battling.
Hey, there you go, Renz. 148.3.
Very nice. And
Finally
still,
put the
you know,
soft tires on, and all of a sudden now he's in top 10.
But you know, 6th position, a second off the first of the pole. How?
It's staggering. And again, though, we see the two Lambos, the Cynic and Albert. They had a good battle at Imola. I mean, they're within striking distance, as is Tommy. So, you know, Tomas, while he did put down the fastest time, it looks like his pace is just insane. It's big. I think 4/10 is a lot, but it could be a lot worse. You could be mid-pack and just looking at that and saying, yeah, there's no way.
Checking out Samuel, who is currently on a 153. See what he can do, where he can get himself back into the... Oh wow, we see Petrol running extremely wide there. Again, out of Ascari. No, that's a Ascari.
Petrol's having a hellacious qualifying session. This is reminiscent of him at Imola. Yeah, I don't think he actually put down a hot lap that counted until maybe inside 4 minutes left.
When are you talking now?
This was the first race at Imola.
Well, he's going back into pit now as well, so, and he's coming straight back out. So he wasn't confident with his last lap.
I'd love to hear the voice comms coming out of his car right now. I'm sure it would be something to behold.
Why so?
I'm sure there's quite a few expletives flying about medium tires versus soft tires.
Oh. Samuel improved to 149.999. So it looks like he's pretty close to his limit. The Cynic putting down a 147.7. That puts him in second place. He was already in second, wasn't he?
Yes. Actually, yeah, I think he was. If he wasn't, he barely jumped out of it. I don't even think Tomas is running laps. Oh, yes, he's back up. And obviously, at the start of the race, turn 1, I mean, we may as well get this out of the way. Absolute nightmare flying down that straight into that braking zone with the whole pack right there. So let's hope that everyone can...
Let's see, yeah.
Safe, keep it clean.
I was gonna say let's hope for some excitement, but you were right. Let's hope for a safe, clean race.
Yeah, because...
Let's not repeat the Eurogamer starts.
I'm sure we're gonna get some excitement though. It's we'll probably have some people having to bail out and through the chicane. We've seen that before. And it's just one of those things, all those cars flying into such a low speed turn.
We've got Samuel just kicking off 8/10 of his previous lap, putting down a 149.2. So 21st position still for him, but a significant increase or improvement over his last lap. I was going to say it's a bit sad that we see the Supernova team split up. Obviously we have Tomas here, but we are missing Pisani, and we do have Roble, who's also Supernova, but then for the second team.
His teammate
And then we're missing his teammate, which is Sylvain. So we've got 2 people for Supernova who are not actually in the same team, so they won't be competing together for the team standings. But let's see, you know, again, we've got Tomas in first for Supernova Racing, and Robo currently in 9th for Supernova Racing number 2. So let's see what they can do. Don't think we'll see them together much.
I mean, mid-pack, very close.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think most of the action will happen mid-pack. I think Tomas will probably be able to race away pretty quickly. I'm actually hoping to see some pushing from Albert, but let's see how that goes.
Albert shaved another 10th. So now he's within 3/10 of Tomas. I mean, that's...
Oh, I completely missed that. Very good.
That's... I mean, again, it's a lot, but... I think if he can stay with Tomas, it could be a really fun race because sectors, you know, 1 and 3. We expect to see the Lambo come out ahead. And then from there, it's just going to be, can he battle his way through Sector 2 with that R8.
Very quickly, shout out to Dennis Marquardt's livery. I hadn't seen that one before. It's very nice looking as well. It's got like a charcoal black grayish in there with white and some... It's really flashy.
Yeah,
Can't beat the Sonic for me, but...
Same as Oscar Pink and Samuel. those Mudcat Racing guys are rocking that same livery except with the different colored accents, which is really,
that's why I didn't notice it. Yeah.
it's very cool.
And we've got Al Gurk rocking a white with green livery, which is also pretty sick. I always enjoy. We see Laszlo with a 148.087.
It's a Monster 147 too. Just when everyone starts to get close.
He improves.
Yeah,
Well, we got to remember that they're laying down rubber, right? And they are improving the track as they're going.
Yeah, we can expect to see the times. I think, probably about mid-race, we're going to probably see some personal best. I expect to see Tomas do at least 146. But again, that depends on his strategy. If he's running a full tank of fuel and one set of tires, then maybe not. It would probably be a little slower in the beginning if he's going to run what he did at Red Bull, right?
Are you running your little side app?
I'm not. Just because I couldn't get into it.
Oh no, is it not working for you?
Yeah, we'll deal with that another time.
Yeah, sure.
I'll make do with what we have for now.
Which is more than plenty.
It's more than most years.
Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah, this actually, this might turn out to be a pretty competitive race. I'm not totally sold that Tomas is going to run away with this. I think he has the potential to.
So, okay, we are talking about the Porsches behind him, right, Albert? Do you think that he'll be able to stick with him? And I mean throughout the race.
I think Albert, ability-wise, yes, I think he's every bit as good as Tomas. I just think that the R8 is a very fast car this season. But again, I think it's going to come down to... I think it could be partially what Tomas is going to do with his pit strategy. And again, if he runs a full tank of gas and one set of tires, he's going to be slower the first half of the race.
But yeah, to correct myself, they are obviously running the Lambo. I said it wrong again.
And yeah, I think, I don't know, I can't recall Albert doing anything tricky with his pit stops. I think he usually just kind of plays it safe, new set of tires, fill up and go. I don't know if he's going to try something different this race.
I don't expect anybody to do any magic here.
I don't think Albert will. I kind of can see him. It's hard to call right now. I think Tomas is actually going to do what he did at Red Bull, especially with the temperatures the way they are. But then again, you know what though? He was running mediums at Red Bull, right? And he made.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you. Do you really think he'll be running mediums all the way through?
This actually could be interesting if he.
Everybody is going to want to run softs with these temperatures.
Yeah. So if they run softs, they're going to have to change them at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
With the exception of the 911s, which will be running medium tires. I'd be shocked.
I don't know,
if they
man.
don't.
I don't know. I think they'll want to gamble.
If they take that gamble, I'm going to be taking notes for my race tonight. I'll tell you that, because...
Yeah, of course, you're still racing the North American race tonight as well.
And I'm also in the 911, and I have been shamelessly stealing their pit strategies all season for my teammate and myself, and it's been working out really well for us. So whatever the Nassau racing guys do, I'm definitely going to give it serious consideration, but I think they're going to go mediums, unfortunately.
All right, we'll see how this goes. So how much practice do you have done for today's race?
About 10 laps so far.
That is not a lot.
No, I got my pre-quali to 5th overall, and that was it. It's been a busy week of work. So I think after the race today, after this broadcast, I'm going to be jumping on and I'm going to put that guy through some more paces.
So we see Ren's going off there. We had Roble improving his time, and Felix as well. So we have the top 6 now in the 147s. Ren's running wide once more.
Oh, Albert, that's a good time.
Albert improving, yeah.
That's a good time, Albert. So there it is again, 3/10 off. Yeah, I think Albert could give him a run for his money in that Lamborghini.
Petrol there running the fastest split 1. 38 flat.
Petrol?
Sector 1.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Indy Porsche. So we see Tomas just improved to 147 flat.
And it's just like we said. Every time they get close, he moves that post a little further out. Oh.
So we had, so he runs the fastest second and third sector, but Petrol still owns the fastest first sector. So that's interesting to see.
Very interesting.
I don't really know the top speeds of the Audi compared to the Porsche.
I think the Porsche is a little bit faster, but again, it's not by much. Obviously, I think the Lambo has the fastest straight line speed, maybe beside the GT3, but we don't see anyone running that. So the Lamborghini definitely in the straights. That's where they're going to be trying to make their positions, but obviously through the corners, it's not as nimble as the R8 is.
So that means qualifying is done. And for those just tuning in, because we do have 33 viewers on my channel and more on the ACRL channel. Quick shout out to everybody tuned in. This is ACRL's 7th season for GT3. This is round 3. We are at Monza. We'll have a quick look at qualifying by going to the pit. Give you a quick overview as well.
Cynic taking second place from Albert at the very last minute.
Oh wow, he did indeed. That must have been after the checkered flag. He will have been out.
And I'm not
interesting.
Sure. Now here's something really interesting. Rune broke a 148 in the 911, and I see he has mediums on. I don't think
he only just switched to mediums. That will be his race setup.
To have just switched. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm confident everybody was running softs. So we see Tomas in first place with a 147 flat, followed by the Cynic, who beat the Albert in the very last second with a 147.4. Albert then, Petrol, and the list goes on. We see Rens with the 911. Well, he's on softs now. Yeah, let's see. We see Rens is running softs for now. Petrol switched to mediums.
Petrol.
Rune is
147.6. When did he do that?
Wait, did that just happen now?
I think he just crossed the line as it was ending.
Must have.
Wow. I just saw that. That's incredible. Oh, good for him.
Rune saying softs are so wank on the Porsche.
Yeah, can confirm.
Dennis complimenting Petrol. That was some 0 to hero stuff right there. Absolutely, can concur there. So turning on name tags for a second as we run down the straight here. How many minutes do we get? 5 minutes before the race starts. So going to the start of the track here, we see Tomas, the Cynic. Well, you can follow the rest. I don't need to say all the names. We see Mitcha who rejoined. He's in the back of the grid. Uncle Tony. Tony, are you there with me? Tony, buddy, you still there? There he is. Tony, are you there?
I'm back now. Sorry.
You want to give a quick shout out to Mitja. Just tell him or her to drive around you during the start.
Oh no.
It's not going to be a big deal, to be honest. Just
right.
need to turn left a little bit. It's going to be fine.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Yep. So I'll quickly go on board, turn the apps on, and get ready to start racing.
Microphone activated.
So you can see the timer is currently set at 1 hour and 3 minutes. Once that timer hits 1 hour, lights are on. So in first place here, just quickly run down the grid. Take another look at everybody's livery real quick.
Error. Channel switched.
Hey, is Mitja Banca in here? Is he here? He needs to drive. He needs to drive around the commentator cars because he joined after quali. And
Oscar Pink with the beautiful pink effect.
Calamari,
Calamari, I think, being the only one to run a BMW.
I thought I saw him disconnect at some point, but I don't know if he rejoined.
He's literally sitting behind me.
He's sitting in the server.
Yeah, he's sitting behind us on the grid. So
Calamiti.
Pierre already.
Adder in 19th position with the beautiful Sonic Ferrari.
All right, great. I just wanted to make sure before you guys started and he doesn't run into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
All right, cool.
Disconnected.
So we see the 911s, Petrol, Rens, and Rune all on medium tires. Monolith as well. Is he running the 911? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Monolith running the 911 as well. And we see Knock in mediums on the 911. And we have Algurk and Mitja, who are also running the 911, and let's see what they'll do.
Alright, and we averted any crisis behind us at the start of the race.
How's that?
I went and told them that Mitja was behind us. Let someone know to drive around us, or he's going to run right into the back of my car. I'll try to get off the track as fast as I can for him.
Gotcha. I'll follow the racers into turn number 1. And hopefully this time I won't forget to reset the pit. That would be very unfortunate if we do.
Don't worry, I won't let you forget.
Good, good, good. 50 seconds till race start. Just doing a practice run of the camera here, make sure we have it all working, which we do.
It also seems like the timer app is working, which is great to see.
Yeah, the timer app is working, and it started at 1 hour and 3 minutes. So once it hits 1 hour, it's lights on, or lights off. I don't think lights. No, it's lights on. On 1 hour, it's lights on.
I think it's 1 hour and 15 seconds, but let's see.
Let's see, indeed. You might actually be right. Yeah, you are right. Okay, okay. I concede. All right, Thomas in first, the Cynic in second, and Albert in third. Let's see if they crawl away. Let's see how the Porsches do as well. As we have Rens in sixth position. They are away. Thomas with not a great start. Looking okay.
Oh, Petrol sneaking on the outside. Tomas is really trying to cover that inside line. Oh, Petrol, he gets it. Oh, and then he doesn't. He might have a better exit. Oh, there's some rubbing going on there.
We have a clean first turn. That is the most important.
Petrol, I think he got ahead of him. He might be able to.
He did. Yeah, he's in front.
Is he going to be able? He's going to hold that inside line for sure.
Very quickly resetting the pits.
Tomas gets it back. Oh, and Petrol's going to lose it also to the Cynic now. Oh no, Tomas was braking. That was strange.
Tomas is still in first. What happened there?
I don't know. It looked like he braked a little sooner than I think Petrol thought, but I'm not entirely positive. It might have just been his brake lights, and I thought he braked. We see the Cynic getting ahead of Petrol now. Tomas really fast through that second sector, which is what we expected to see. Albert sneaking on the inside of Petrol. Very nice. All right. Red side by side with Tommy. Looks like he gets him. Red's making that one stop. And again, important to note, 911s are on mediums.
Absolutely, yeah.
Red's doing a nice job there.
Absolutely.
Almost a 3-wide for turn 1. Knock on the inside.
Knock hitting there, yeah. Knock hitting Adder, I think.
I think that's Mitchell. Yeah, he's giving flashing the lights out. Knock definitely carving his own path there. Back to the front Tommy, trying to track down Renz.
Calamite on the inside of Rune there. Very tight pack. Oh, he's got it through there. Let's see what happens once they get onto the straight. Who's gonna break first?
I think Renz should be okay here. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be fine. Looks like he's trying to work past Calamite here.
Rune now giving up the position, not only to let's see if Laszlo can profit here in the Mercedes.
Is he gonna make it a 3-wide? No, why is it? I thought he was gonna try it. 911's definitely faster in a straight line than BMW. Yeah, Calamite has a bad exit there. He's gonna lose 2 positions from that, I think.
Yeah, Laszlo overtaking there. Going around the outside.
Very nice overtake. There was inches between those 2 cars. Meanwhile, up in front, Tomas opening that lead up to almost 2 seconds.
And a big shout out to Calamite for running the BMW, which is my favorite car. The only one in Split 1.
We had one last week, didn't we? It was Team ASD, I believe. It was that blue one with the...
Sam and Knock side by side on what looks like the back straight.
Yeah, going into the final turn here. Let's see if can Knock hold it. I thought he was going to understand it.
No, that was smooth.
Still trying to track down Renz.
So we see Tomas now with the fastest lap, 147.5. Petrol and Ren's 4th and 5th position running mediums with a 149.5s,
Now
which is
we're only like 6 minutes into the race, but if those two can stay relatively high, they're not going to be changing the tires. There's no way they will. Tomas will have to. All the guys in front of him are going to have to. So they could leapfrog in the pits like we've seen them do.
Yep.
All season long.
Tommy's still hunting Ren's there. Ren's with a bad exit. Tommy might be able to creep on the outside there, but Ren's will obviously keep it.
And now he's got Robo right in there. Oh, he wisely backs off.
Yeah.
Could have easily
takes
been
the
a
safe
3
line.
wide. Easily could have been a 3 wide situation there. Wise decision. And this is quite the battle we have going here. Renz is doing a really nice job keeping, uh-oh. Robo had a hell of a run. He's gonna have to brake, I think. Yeah. He had to lift a little sooner than he would have.
Oh, takes a
Oh,
high
no,
call.
Robo.
Some contact there, yeah.
Robo got a little loose, and then there was contact in the front. And we see Adder 2 wide with Monolith through turn 1 here. And someone off in the grass.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who it was. It might have been El Gurk.
I'm not sure I'm not sure who that was.
I saw a flash of green. That made me think it. Adder still 2 wide with Mono.
Sonic on the inside.
Oh, he definitely had a nice braking. Oh, man.
That was very smooth.
The exit, though. The exit's going to get him. He outbraked Monolith, but had a really... not a great exit. Oh, but he definitely has enough there. Fantastic job by Adder. Nice job.
These guys obviously both running Ferraris.
Meanwhile, Tommy still trying to figure out a way past Renz here. And part of me is thinking Renz might be trying to tell Petrol, just go. And right here we're seeing the 911 straight line speed. R8 just can't find a way past. Yeah, and Ren's definitely hoping.
In the meantime, Robo taking the
Oh
inside.
no, I didn't even see that. Robo.
Not sure what happened there for Tommy to have such a poor exit, if you will. Let's see what Robo will do here, heading into the first chicane.
Oh.
Ren's still on
someone.
Oh my God! What just happened there?
Who was that?
Who just flew past? I don't know.
Was it Santi
What
Lorette?
happened? That just came flying past like a freaking jet.
I can't tell if he missed his braking point or if there was maybe a latency drop.
Holy cow!
That was scary though. I saw him coming and whoa.
No, I didn't. I heard you say whoa, and then I just saw a car fly past the screen. That was crazy.
So now Robo gonna take a try at runs here. See if they can figure him out.
Let's see what Tommy can do here. It was sad to see him lose the position to Robo. But let's see what the effect is on Renz there. And yeah, I have to say the in-game camera angles in Monza, they're definitely not the best for showing the action very well.
Robo doing everything he can to not only work on Renz but keep Tommy behind him here.
Yeah, and Tommy looking, and he does the same. Does he take it on the inside? Is he able to do it? Can he make it stick? Doesn't look like it. So for now, Tomi and Sake teammates still together in 7th and 8th position. Albert crawling closer to the Cynic.
Meanwhile, Tomas just eating everyone up. Yeah.
Cruising by. I was worried this was going to happen.
That's a good exit for Tom. Might have had to lift a little bit there. I thought he would have gotten on the
Rune
gas a
and
little
Laszlo went
sooner.
side by side into the chicane. Laszlo was able to overtake Rune there.
Is Rune gonna lose it to Calamine now? No, not now. Oh, this is dangerous.
No, they're good.
Oh, there it is. There was contact between Tommy and Roble. Oh, it collects 3 cars. Oh, I saw it coming. I knew it was going to be bad.
Tommy disconnects there.
Did he, DC?
I missed it.
Yeah, I don't see. I think Tommy called it quits.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunately. Ooh, Rune. Very wide there.
He did indeed.
Trying hard to keep Calamite off him. He's got a good run though.
Calamite taking the outside there. Rune sticking it on the inside. Oh, and there is contact. Laszlo turning into the turn.
Ooh.
Manages to keep it. And continues his line. Not sure who was in the wrong there.
I think I was on board with him, and it looked like maybe Rune might have made contact with the rear of his car a little bit.
Yeah, that's what definitely happened. The question is whether Calamite turned in a little bit too much. Obviously, Calamite behind, sticking it on the outside, braking later, and then turning in. So it's difficult to judge.
Oh, Monolith had a little bit of contact with, I believe that was Mitcha there.
That's Samuel right now, just behind Monolith.
Meanwhile, at the front, Albert's starting to track down the Cynic, getting pretty close now. With Tomas still way out in front, but... Oh, I wanted to say that, you know, the Nassau Racing guys in the 911 were going to be, you know, within striking distance at pit change time, but we already see Petrol 9 seconds behind Albert, and that has to be about 13 seconds off the lead, which is that's quite a bit. That might be almost too much to overcome.
So obviously we have the Cynic and Albert teammates.
No, are they?
No. Absolutely not correct. So Albert is obviously from Exalton, and the Cynic is racing completely alone.
Sounds like Albert maybe missed a gear there. Had a miss shift.
But let's see what these guys can do, running in third and second and third position, both running a Lambo.
Just trying their best to keep it respectable with Tomas, who just absolutely cruising along. It was never a question either. Petrol got ahead of him for about 3 turns off in the first lap before he took it back, and then just opened it up, and that was it. Stefano Fornacier working on Adder. He's getting pretty close now. Takes that curbing aggressive.
What is up with Rune?
Yeah, that's the that is the $1 million question. Rune's not having the race he wants.
Albert backed off.
Oh, Roble had a bad crash, and that's the end of Roble.
Oh boy, what happened?
I just saw him drop in the standings. I went and looked. He was deep in the sand. Obviously, we saw Robo involved with that incident with Tommy, and looks like both of them now just decided it was too much to overcome after that and called it a day.
So Robo running for Supernova's second racing team. That leaves just Tomas for Supernova representing in Split 1.
And representing well.
Absolutely, but let's see. You know, with Rune in 9th position, there is still a chance for Tomas and Supernova Racing to stay in the lead in the standings.
Yeah, Renz and Rune are gonna need to. They're gonna need to come up with something. But again, it could happen with the pit strategy. I mean, we've seen them make good use of that throughout the season. So
sure,
they're down, but they're not out.
Yeah. Checking in with Eli Volt just behind Monolith. Monolith with a not so good chicane there. Let's see what Eli can do. It's a better run into this turn. Might be able to stick it. Well, sticks it on the outside as Monolith takes a defensive line. Oh, he just turned into him a little bit, but he's able to do it. And that is Eli now in front of Monolith.
Oh, Monolith's taking that back though.
Yeah, he's taking the quicker exit, sticks it on the inside. Let's see what they can do. Still Monolith on the inside.
Oh,
takes
no.
the inside, and who takes advantage?
Samuel.
That is Samuel. Beautifully done.
Oh no. Is Eli gonna make it a 3 wide?
some contact there.
Oh.
Oh, this
I
is
thought he was
crazy.
going to. A 3 wide through Ascari is just disastrous.
So Eli trying to attack Monolith. Oh gosh, that he took it very painful there. Took a lot of curb. So Eli trying to overtake Monolith, loses it to not only Monolith but Samuel as well. Let's see what Samuel can do. Up the 6 of Monolith now. Takes the outside. Keeps it on the outside. And getting the room for Monolith that he needs.
Oh.
Some contact. Monolith almost loses it.
And they're back to a 2 wide.
Still 2
Uh-oh,
wide. Going into
Eli.
chicane.
I thought Eli. Again, I thought. I saw him going for that
Eli
gap.
will. Eli is taking the gap. No, he's not.
It looked like he was setting up for it. I got worried.
That was tense. Very surprising to see the contact there on the straight. I mean, that's a bit crazy. That shouldn't happen.
It looked like they just kind of lost track of where each other were, and they just kind of floated into one another. Oh, Eli making contact. This could be bad.
On the outside.
Oh,
Oh,
does
boy,
a good job.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I thought he was going to run into Monolith.
I don't think he hit anybody. He went onto the grass.
No, he did a nice job dodging everyone there. Checking in with
Very
Felix
painful.
here. Felix working on Santi Lorette.
And Laszlo again right behind. Let's see again if he can take advantage of the battle in front of him like he did before. In the meanwhile, we see that Oscar and Dennis both have went into the pit. Are still racing though, right? Yeah, both are still racing.
Early pit stop.
Sonic, Adder on the inside of Stefano. Let's see what he can do coming onto the main straight.
The Lambo should take that back.
They are both Lambos.
No.
No, they are not.
You're gonna get that right.
No. You know what? From now on, I will just stop with naming anybody. I'll just say the car, the yellow car, the blue car.
And we saw Mitcha. He left the server there. They're dropping like flies today. Stefano, nice job on that. Lamborghini really showing its straight line speed there. Check back in with Laszlo here. Laszlo Felix, and
nice little pack as well.
Santi Lorette, yeah. These guys are really working against each other here.
And we are talking about, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting it right this time, we're talking about 3 different brands of cars, which is always cool to see running into a pack. We've got Laszlo in the Mercedes, we see Felix ahead of him in the Audi, and then we have Santi in the Lambo.
Clean lines through Ascari, that was good.
Yep, yeah, everybody is, you know, the pack is definitely settled down, so we're seeing, as Tomas crosses the finish line, that everybody has kind of found their place now, as we have 38 minutes left into the race. We see 2 battles currently going on. We have Calamite in 3rd position, still chasing up the Rune, Sake behind. The lap times on the track right now are averaging between, I would say, 149. We see Tomas running a fastest lap of 147.5, but his last lap and his average laps has been around 147.7, 147.8, so the high 47s. Behind him we see the Cynic also running 147s, and then we have Albert and onwards running 148s. The mid-pack running about 148.2, 148.5. So like you said, Tony, there is still quite a gap.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm looking at these times. Petrol, I mean, 15 seconds to Albert. It's tough. I mean, the average pit stop is about 20, I think. So I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibilities that they could jump. And again, that window for pit stops it's opening soon.
Is it really only 20 seconds for fuel and tires?
I think roughly 20 seconds, yes.
Calamite here, having a look on the inside of Rune on the back straight, not able to put it there just yet. And with the BMW, let's see what happens as they go on to the main straight.
The BMW should lose that.
I would presume so, absolutely.
You see Laszlo with a great run on Felix, looking on the inside of turn 1. Can he get side by side through the braking zone? It doesn't look like he's going to be... Ooh, maybe?
He puts it there, but then you have to turn left again and you kind of lose it. He takes it onto the gravel a little bit as well. So
yeah, he took
the best exit.
Nice job defending by Felix there.
We see Sake doing the first pit.
Voltman looking on the inside of El Gurk into turn 1. Looks like he has a pretty good advantage here. He's got that, without a doubt.
So Sake in the Porsche. Surprising to see him doing a pit.
Sake is in a Porsche, running softs.
He is in a Porsche running soft, so it's interesting to see what he can do. I think he's the only one running softs.
That doesn't bode well for him if he was pitting already, and I assume it's probably because his tires were looking pretty bad.
Yep. Well, someone took the gamble and someone didn't win that one. Rune still feeling the pressure from Calamite behind him. It's interesting to see that after every straight, it seems that Calamite is able to crawl closer again.
Yeah, and then, you know... Oh, Rune slips.
Rune slides there. Some understeer. Calamite is on the inside, but he will lose this going on to the main straight, I think.
Quite a few cars heading into the pits as well. We see Laszlo going in.
Laszlo going in, yeah. Calamite's still on the inside. Puts his money where his mouth is.
Man, that was bold. Rune was trying to tell him.
Ooh, Rune oversteering there as he goes into the chicane, but Calamide not being able to.
You know what? I like that move by Calamide. Rune's trying to tell him. Rune was trying to tell him you're going on the outside, and Calamide said,
he still
"No,
sticks it there.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm taking the inside line. Thanks, man."
It's a risk he was willing to take. Albert again, close on the Cynic now. Don't know if that means that Cynic made a mistake.
These
I
two,
remember
this
that gap
is
being bigger.
This is not their first battle. These two, they had one
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say these two battled at Imola for just about the entire race, and it was very close. I'm gonna keep an eye on Tomas and see when he's gonna head into pit lane here.
Yep. So the first ones to pit, Laszlo, surprising, pretty early in the Mercedes. Al Gurk there overtaking.
Eli was ahead of him, so something happened there where
Yeah.
Elgert got that position back.
So we see Calamide now going in with the BMW as well. It does look like people are pitting pretty early, even for softs. Maybe they're doing this to avoid some traffic. It could very well be.
It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to land at the top. I mean, Albert opening up, I mean, that lead to fourth place is just becoming insurmountable. I mean, I think the best that Petrol can hope for now is maybe he gets one position on Albert. Maybe.
We seem to have a yellow flag. I'm not sure where on the track. Don't see anything crazy happening.
And Tomas Tatella, Tomas Tarantula coming through the final corner. Staying out there.
Still going. Oh, we all know Tomas. If anybody can manage tires, it's him.
Yeah, I think.
Did you hear that? He actually manages to hit it into the rev limiter before he makes it to the chicane. That really surprises me. I know there is a little bit of lag, some latency on the audio, so you might sometimes hear someone hit the rev limiter. Oh, as he hits the grass there.
Albert in the pits right now. So Petrol jumps ahead of him. Renz jumps ahead. Santi Lorette jumps ahead. So this is going to be interesting now. Petrol's got third. He's got to make this lap a good one.
So let's see what the Cynic will do now, as well as Tomas.
Yeah, Cynic, I'm kind of surprised that he's still out there, to be honest. Usually,
Tomas?
No, the Cynic. I kind of thought that him and Albert would have been on about the same strategy. I think we could probably see both of them come in now.
I mean, the Cynic's fastest lap, 147.7.
Tomas is heading in.
147.7. So they are definitely running the same pace.
So Tomas is in the pit. Cynic is staying out.
Yeah, I see that.
Interesting. I wonder if the Cynic has some kind of deeper plan at play here.
How? It's soft.
Yeah, I can't see him do too much. Tomas definitely changing tires, though. Definitely changing
Of course,
tires,
yeah,
definitely refilling. So this is a pretty standard pit stop for him. So now the question becomes, when Petrol and Renz are going to head into the pit lane, where are they going to come out at? You see Albert all the way down in the 9th now because of his earlier pit stop. A lot of these guys are heading in now, Santi and Adder.
Yeah. Albert will crawl right back up.
He should, but will he be out behind Petrol and Renz? That's that really is the million-dollar question right now.
Three of the Porsches now running in the front, of course. We'll have to see where they fall back when they do eventually go into the pit.
You see a lot of these guys getting out of the way for Tomas here.
Adder now coming out of the pit as well.
Also see Rune up there in the 4th now, slowly crawling his way back, but he's probably going to eat a lot of those spots. Might drop, let's see. With a quick pit stop for Rune, he's definitely going to lose to Tomas, Stefano, and Albert. Might be able to hold on against Eli, though, which would put him up quite a few spots from where he was, I believe. So this still could play out well for them. The Cynic also in the pit lane now.
Let's see what that does to Albert. That'll be interesting to see. The Cynic coming out. And that's Albert on the straight. Right behind him.
Tomas right on Rune.
So we see the same gap now still back between Albert and the Cynic. Oh my gosh! He runs completely wide there through the chicane. Overtakes the Cynic. Obviously will get back this position.
Yeah, he's getting out on the outside there. He's going to give it back to him. I have to assume
Yeah.
he is.
He will, without it costing too much time. You know, you don't want to lose time here unnecessarily. He'll break in right behind. He'll slot in behind the Cynic.
Yeah,
Which makes
mistakes do happen. You miss your braking point. It is what it is.
Absolutely agreed. Checking in with Calamide and the BMW right behind Sake still.
I gotta tell you now, I'm looking at these times. From Petrol to Tomas, it's about 17, 18 seconds, roughly. Probably about 17. Boy, that's...
They won't make it, though. They won't make it. I don't think they'll make it because,
they're just refueling, so it'll be a very fast pit stop.
Yeah, but they're already losing time. That gap is gonna decrease as we...
Oh, without a
that gap isn't
doubt.
gonna be...
Without a doubt. Yeah, there's no way.
Tomas and Renz, some contact.
Uh-oh.
Am I saying that wrong there?
No, that was right. I'm just wondering if there's some kind of Ren's trying to hold Rune trying to hold Tomas up a little bit, maybe. Let his Nassau boys up ahead, get as much of a gap as they can, to hopefully, when they come out of the pits, I mean, they're only taking fuel. Yeah, Renz gets it right back. They're only taking fuel, so it should be a relatively quick pit stop. I'm telling you, this could be interesting. They actually might be able to leapfrog Tomas. At least Petrol might.
This is interesting because we'll have to see how hard Rune will try here to keep Tomas behind him.
Yeah, and I can tell you, he's going to be trying to back him up.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, for the viewers, we see, we see Petrol, Renz, and Rune in the Porsches with medium tires.
Oh, Tomas is going to get him here.
Wanting not to lose time here.
He's going to get him here.
On the inside, beautiful. Takes a little bit more curb.
Yeah, he's going to get him. That's inevitable. Although, I don't know, the Porsche in a straight line is something. Through
It's
Ascari,
absolutely
this...
extremely fast.
Let's hope these two keep
But
it clean. Let's keep it clean here.
He's on the outside, braking late,
Yeah.
sliding onto the curb, but he's got him.
Yeah. Porsche's just a little more sluggish through there, but now let's see what he can do on the straight. Oh, and he definitely has a
Ruin
run.
on the
Definitely
inside,
has
he's
a
got bad
run.
exit.
My, oh my.
So Rune on the inside, now behind Tomas, slotting in. Will use the speed advantage to get onto the
Yep.
straight as quickly
Here
as
it
he
comes.
can.
Here it comes. At 911 in the
overtake
straights is just eating up the Audi. Oh, that's...
Some contact
Yeah.
there. They are playing it. Oh, my gosh.
Yep,
They are close.
These two are competitors, man. They've been going at it for the first two races. Definitely no love lost here, but it makes for good
Tomas.
good watching.
Still in fourth place, losing time to the Porsches. And this is time that these Porsches will need.
Well, look at the gap now. Petrol to Tomas, it's almost 20 seconds. I think Petrol might be able to come out ahead of them.
I said it a little bit earlier. As Felix had a bit of a... Something happened. I don't know what happened to Felix, but he lost something there. So what's happening now? I mentioned earlier.
Oh, Rune.
I mentioned...
Flashing his lights at Tomas, yeah. Letting him know. Yeah, Tomas didn't give him much space there, but you can't expect it when you're backing him up. He's trying to catch up and win this race.
Tomas needs to be catching up because he needs this time in order to close the gap when these guys finally do come in. So it was interesting to see Rune backing him up, making sure that the guys in front of him as well will be able to gain some time on him.
Yeah, and he bought them probably 2 or 3 seconds, which
Yeah.
with how close this is going to be coming out of the pits. And here we go. Here comes Petrol. So here, this is what we've been waiting for. Is Renz also? Yep, Renz is also going in. So now, Tomas is coming through the back. Oh yeah, he's going to get him. Easily. Long pit lane. Without a doubt, he's going to get him. And Albert should also get them. Yep. Petrol's coming out.
And there again we hear Tomas hitting that ref limiter. As beautiful as it sounds, it does seem like his final gear ratio is just...
They definitely,
something.
these guys definitely caught up quite a bit though. We see Petrol only about 3 seconds behind the Cynic now. Rune's still running in second, but he's going to be heading into the pit lane probably this lap, I have to assume.
Yeah, Rune's last lap being a 1:49.8 is definitely...
He did his best he could to slow Tomas down and try to buy those guys time, but in the end it just wasn't quite enough. And now I don't see Petrol catching up to these Lamborghinis on fresh tires.
No, agreed. I think Petrol as well as Renz are stuck where they are for now.
We'll check back in with some other folks. We see Stefano trying to work on Calamine here.
So with the standings as they are, we see Tomas, who was already leading in the championship, will continue to lead in the championship. Rune will have to see. I do think, is it the Cynic and Albert who will be able to overtake him in the championship? How many points do we get for a win? Or for a...
I think they're still... I think they're too far back.
Now Albert and the Cynic, if they overtake Rune, they'll be in second and third position. How many points do they get over Rune if he finishes like, I don't know, 6th or 7th?
I'm not entirely sure the point spreads, but it definitely won't be enough to jump Rune in the overall standings because he finished 2nd and 3rd in the first 2 races.
All right, that's a good point. So we'll probably continue to see Rune in 2nd. Calamite putting some pressure on Stefano.
I take that back. They could jump Rune.
You think?
Rune has 13 points ahead of the Cynic, who's currently 3rd overall in the standings. And
That's
Albert,
what I thought as well,
Albert
but
has
how many points do they get?
171. Let's see if I can figure this out.
Tomas puts down a 147.4, new fastest lap of the race.
I don't think we're going to see the 146 we were waiting for, unfortunately.
No.
And while I was fiddling around, it looks like Stefano got past Calamite.
Yeah, and Calamite is putting on the pressure though.
And we see Thomas Holzinger getting pretty close to Monolith. Oh, Felix trying to make a run on Knock. Oh, Knock must have had an atrocious exit from Ascari there for the R8 to take him on the straight. Him or her, I should say.
I think this is Knock racing.
Oh, c'est la vie. Nice move by Felix. Good job. And we see Monolith and Thomas Holzinger side by side going down into turn 1 here. Oh, we have two wides. That's interesting.
Knock and Felix still battling. Knock now in front. Took the position back through the chicane. Because you mentioned Felix was in front, right?
Felix was. He got in front down the straight into the final turn.
Yeah.
He must not have. Yeah, Knock had that 911 speed working his way down the front straight, which also looked like same thing happened with Monolith and Thomas Holzinger. So Holzinger and Felix are teammates, both in the R8, and both got taken by the 911s in the same spot.
You were talking about that 146 being far out of reach. We do see Tomas putting down a 147.3 now, so anything's possible.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't think Tomas really has to push all that hard now. 15 minutes left. He's got an 8-second gap between 7 and 8 seconds. I mean, it's probably okay.
The Cynic caught up to Rune now.
Rune still hasn't gone to the pits.
My timers have broken.
Oh no. Mine are.
I've done something for it to show time to the leader instead of time to the person ahead. I don't know how I've done that, if this is a secret function.
It is. I forget. There's a hidden button somewhere. I just don't. I'm not entirely. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, found it.
Got it. Oh, Nonk and Felix. Something happened there.
I like hidden buttons.
We caught up just a little too late on that. It looks like Nock's going to take that right back. And he certainly is. And we see the Cynic getting past Rune. Down that back straight. Is this the lap that Rune's going to finally bite the bullet and go into the pits? It sure looks like it. Yep, that's that.
All right, Runin, let's see where he comes out.
He's getting leapfrogged by Petrol right now. So Petrol moves up into 4th position.
We've broken some records today. We've got 38 viewers on my channel.
That's fantastic.
Big shout out to everybody who's currently tuned in. If you are watching through a link you got shared to you on Reddit, this is the ACRL, Assetto Corsa's Racing League. Oh, we see Knock running wide there as we're on board with Felix. Felix, not.
And we have Monolith now coming up behind him. This could be a 3 wide.
Being very safe. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that's one big group.
We got 2 teammates in there.
3 wide. Felix dead center.
Oh no. Thomas gives Felix a little bit of a bump, trying to help his teammate out. Oh, there was definitely contact.
Nothing changes though. Felix remains in the middle there. Hits Monolith on the inside as he tries to take it.
Knock now.
Doesn't get a lot of room.
Oh, is he gonna make it a 3 wide?
Felix
I think he wisely backs off. Some more contact behind between Thomas and Knock.
Felix coming out the winner there.
Oh, and then Knock actually getting a nice move. Boy, there's a lot of rubbing going on out there.
Monolith now overtaking Knock as well on the inside, so let's see if he can stick there onto that straight. It's gonna be a challenge. He does. No, he doesn't.
Oh, Mono. Mono flying out there in the braking zone. Very dangerous move.
I saw a little bit of swerving going on there. And as we're on board with North, as I was saying, in case you're tuned in right now through a link shared on Reddit, this is Assetto Corsa's Racing League. These guys,
oh,
there's a lot happening. I keep being interrupted. Trying to work through this. Monolith having a poor exit. Now,
there we go, into a scar.
Losing it out to the Porsche.
Into a scar. Uh-oh.
Takes the inside regardless, though.
He's definitely, Knock's safe there. I think Thomas might have enough. No, maybe not. He had to take a funny line through that, and that kind of lost him quite a bit of time there, especially going into that back straight. So that battle there is going to even itself out now. But we see Calamide side by side with Oscar Pink going down to turn 1. Some contact there. Boy, there is a lot of contact going down that front straight. Oh, Calamide just turning right into him there. Moving him right out of the way.
Well, that said, he was ahead, right? Going into the next turn.
I believe he was. Let's see if Oscar can take it back now. Oh, he's getting... Yep, that's side by side. Nice move by Oscar. Very nice move. A little bit slow in the exit, though. He's going to wisely take that inside line.
Ooh, a bit of contact there as well. These guys are bouncing.
Oh no, Oscar slides. Calamide goes on the inside and takes it right back from him.
Beautiful racing, though. Yes, there is a bit of contact, but it is all pretty respectful.
Yeah, just little bumps going in the braking zones. We've seen it literally all race. And it's been, for the most part, we've seen a pretty clean race outside of the Roble and Tommy incident, which resulted in 2 rage quits from the both of them.
Monolith still close to Knock. And Thomas right behind. Seems to have a better run onto the exit.
Definitely does. Knock's going to have to defend that inside line. Oh, he was very slow coming out of that corner.
Yeah. Oh, brakes late. Over the curb.
Oh, and then he understeers out. That could give Thomas a chance. Oh, but he runs wide and he slides back in.
Oh my gosh!
Thomas! There's Thomas Holzinger.
That's Thomas.
He had to take a weird line going into Ascari, and it just it really bit him. I don't think he was expecting to see Monolith. I don't think he expected to see Monolith kind of go off track there and come back on. I mean, it slowed him up a lot, which in turn caused Thomas to have to, I think, try to take a line to dodge him, and it just, I mean, we talked about going through a scar. If you don't get that just right, you're going to run off.
In the meanwhile, we see Calamide now in front of Oscar Pink. Now, I think last time we checked in, it was the other way around.
It was. We saw Calamide get a nice... Oscar kind of slid a little bit. Calamide took the inside line. He opened that right up.
So I'm gonna try once more now that we see that we have some gaps in between the battles again. So we see Tomas putting down a 147.2. If you're tuned in through Reddit, this is ACRL's racing league, the Assetto Corsa Racing League. This is split 1 of 3 splits on a GT3 race. This is round number 3 at Imola. We're here every Sunday broadcasting GT3, GTE, and this season 7's first open wheel with the F317 from Dallara, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So thanks for tuning in. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying this. Let's check in with Laszlo. As he's chasing down Rune on his medium tires with the Porsche.
Oh, he's gonna get him too.
He's on the outside there.
AMG's pretty good in a straight line. Probably, I want to say the second fastest car.
That's it, yeah. Rune just bumping the back there as he tries to turn in, but nothing he can do. Laszlo with the better exit as well. Maybe with slipstreaming we can stay close.
Rune
now
forcing his hand, gonna take the inside. This is a really tough turn though to hold a line through that.
And he'll be stuck on the outside as he bumps and has oversteer there through that.
Yeah, it's really hard to hold that inside line like that, especially when Laszlo is not going to give it to him. He's going to make him work hard for that. We've seen Knock going too wide through turn 1, as we've seen so many times today. Oh, coming out hot on Elger.
I think we saw Santi with a bit of a moment there. I missed it, but he lost about 3 seconds on Stefano in front of him. Has Calamite behind him now, who is taking the outside and will take advantage as well. So Santi losing 2 positions in
I don't think he's lost this one yet. Oh, maybe he has.
Oh, he has.
He might be able to get a good run though. Let's see what he can do. Oh wow, he's way back. Never mind.
Not sure what happened to Santi. We completely missed that, but he lost 2 positions in 1/3 of a lap there. Urban Gamer mentioning very exciting racing. I can't wait for the M6 to come to Assetto. Is that something that's planned? Is that on the list?
Oh yeah, that's coming. I think that's confirmed coming. Probably midway through this year, towards the end of this year, the M6 is going to be here. And also, I believe that they announced the new Audi R8 LMS. So it's like the next gen R8 that's currently running right now in the IMSA series and things like that. Blanc paint.
Gotcha. When did the Cynic lose it to Albert?
I think he was always behind Albert. Unless we missed something. But I'm pretty sure Albert was always in second.
Owner of the fastest lap still, Tomas with a 147.2. Everybody behind that, 147.7 and mid 148s. Including the guys running mediums. Thomas Holzinger, who obviously crashed out during some point of the race, now making an attack on Samuel. Doesn't find the gap just yet. So we're checking in with Tomas with his boring race. It's been a lonesome race for him.
Yeah, it's lonely at the top.
With 3 minutes and a half left on his clock.
Yeah, this was an interesting one. Tough race for the
Tomas
Nassau
and,
guys.
Thomas Holzinger and Samuel going into the chicane pretty close.
See, Rune tried his best for his team there. Buy him as much time as he could, but in the end, Thomas's pace just too much. And we see Petrol in 4th, Renz in 5th, Rune in 7th. It should still be enough for Rune to stay in second, and I think we might see Nassau Racing jump Supernova in the overall standings because Pisani is not here this week.
Yeah, that's super sad.
So even though Tomas is going to get the win, I think the combined points of 5th and what will likely be 7th, it should be enough to jump them, I think.
So we see Dennis now with 2 stops. Obviously driving his own race.
Yeah, tough one for Marcotte Racing. Although Oscar up in 11th. And who was the other one? Oh, Samuel. Yeah, a bit of a rough day for those guys. But although it is notable, Oscar Pink is up 8 positions from his start in 11th. So he actually is probably pretty happy.
Is he? Are you sure about that?
That's according to my app. That's what it's saying.
I think it's only, for me it's 3, and I do think he started in, what was it, 14th or something?
Well, maybe not, but he's still up. He ran a pretty solid race today. Rune's up 4 positions on my board. Did he qualify in 11th? That seems low to me.
No, he qualified 8th, and he's up 1 position.
Up 1 position. Yeah, something went a little weird with my leaderboard there.
Nothing to worry about.
But I think this might be Tomas's last lap. He's 30 seconds from the start line heading into Ascari. I think this is it. So when he crosses the finish line here, that's a 3rd win in a row for Tomas. Which is
yeah, we definitely need some people to
do we call it a dynasty yet? Like,
he was doing a little bit of a a zigzag there.
He's known for his celebrations after the race ends, so we can probably expect to see some donuts here as he crosses the line. But a good race for Tomas again. We're kind of getting used to seeing him win just about everything. And there he goes. Doing the donuts on the front straight. Driver safety, not a huge concern here at ACRL. But congrats to him. That's this has been a dominating season for him so far in the R8.
Absolutely.
And
he's alone.
It hasn't
he's alone
been
with
close.
the R8 as well.
It hasn't been close.
I mean, it's his teammate Pisani who was driving the R8 as well. He was 8th in the pro driver standings. Together with Robo, they're the only R8s in the top 10. It's all Lambo and Porsches. So that's it's still good to see. You know, you don't have to drive a Porsche.
And what is?
In this race, you saw it was. What's that?
And I'll tell you what is surprising is no McLarens.
Is that a surprise? I don't know actually.
I'm a little surprised there's not a single 650S in this race. I think we had some before, but none in this race, which is a little bit surprising to me. We have quite a few in the NA grid. We see the final drivers coming across the line now.
Oh, it says here Dennis McQuarrie was disconnected and 2 laps down. I didn't see that on my board.
He disconnected on lap 2. So that would explain his race. That's tough. I know he's been having trouble all season. He's been dealing with some disconnection issues, which is a shame. But a good race. A fun race. I mean, that was a great race to watch, honestly.
Yeah, that was very exciting. There was a lot of nice battles, and it was interesting to see how the Porsche pit strategy was obviously different from the other guys with their medium tires.
And we definitely saw it. It was a lot of the same at Red Bull Ring, but that was largely because the track was too hot to run soft, so everyone else had to go mediums, and they just had to adapt the Nassau racing strategy. So... yeah, when everyone else can run softs, those guys are... it's hard to say if they're at a disadvantage or not because they have been finishing relatively high. I mean, Petrol in 4th position is pretty solid. Ren's in
it's
5th.
just a different strategy, but it does work.
It does work, yeah. I'm sure they would much rather run softs and be able to consistently put down competitive lap times. But at the end of the day, you know, they came up with something that makes it work. It works for everyone, and... you know, it is what it is. You got to deal with the hand you're dealt. But again, congrats to Tomas. Another great win. He's running away with it this season. We'll see. Maybe someone can challenge him one of these races and knock him off that top spot. But right now, it doesn't look like it.
And that was round 3 at Monza for GT3, season 7 of ACRL. We're back next Sunday with, is it GTE?
Next Sunday is GTE at Mexico.
And it's also Formula 1, so let's see how that pans out. We'll be doing Formula 1, just driving or watching. And then we have GTE some hours after that. Do you follow Formula 1?
Here and there. It's kind of hard to watch it in the States.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see. Mexico's an interesting track. That should be a lot of fun. You know, we'll hold out hope that maybe, just maybe, we'll see an RSR, but we're not gonna.
Don't even talk about it.
We're not gonna hold our breath, but you know, anything's possible. But until next time, I think that's the end of our broadcast.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And we'll be back next Sunday for another race of GTE. So we'll hope you'll tune in then. And thank you for watching, and see you later.
Take care, guys.